Ladies and gentlemen, this player was tough as nails and continues to be an inspiration for a lot of young skaters that emulate him and that mimic his play. Not really a power forward, but not really a two-way player. The best way to describe Owen Nolan is saying, I want to play who plays like Owen Nolan, because you can't describe it, but what he brought quality to whatever team he played for. Now, Owen Liam Nolan is a Northern Irish born Canadian former pro ice hockey player. He was drafted first overall by the Nordiques in the 1990 NHL entry draft. During his 18-year career, he played for the Nords, Colorado, San Jose, Toronto, Phoenix, Calgary, Minnesota, as well as playing a season with the ZSC Lions of the National League A. Born in Belfast, he was raised in Thorold, Ontario, and played for Canada internationally. A five-time NHL All-Star, Nolan is widely known again as a power forward, but I think he's much bigger than that. Now, he won a gold medal at the World Championships for Canada in '97 and won the Olympic gold medal in 2002. So, not in the Hall of Fame yet, but you never know. There could be a possibility. Well over 400 goals, 10 seasons of 20 goals plus. Never had a 100-point season, but again, no matter where he went, he made a difference. He grew up in Thorold, Ontario, playing minor hockey for Thorold in the OMHA. After playing A hockey for the Thorold Bantam A's, Nolan was selected in the second round of the '88 OHL priority selections by the Cornwall Royals of the OHL. Nolan was drafted first overall by the Nordiques in the 1980 NHL entry draft. He was part of the franchise's transfer to Denver, where the Nordiques were rebranded as the Avalanche. He began the '96 season with 4 goals and 4 assists in 9 games for the Avalanche before being traded to the Sharks for Sanders Oilers on 26th of October '95. During his tenure with the Sharks, he was named captain and registered his best career year in '99 2000, finishing with 84 points and tied for second in the NHL with 44 goals. During the 2000 Stanley Cup playoffs, the 8-seeded Sharks took out the first-seeded St. Louis Blues in 7 contests, with Nolan leading the way with 6 goals. In Game 7, Nolan scored with 10 seconds left in the first period from just past center, beating goaltender Roman Turek to give the Sharks a 2-0 lead. The goal propelled them to a 3-1 Game 7 victory and a first-round upset of the Blues. Now, Nolan was traded to the Toronto Maple Leafs just before the NHL trade deadline on March 5th, 2003, for players Alan McCauley and Brad Boyes, and Toronto's first-round pick in the 2003 NHL entry draft. However, his performance in Toronto was disappointing, as he suffered from a series of injuries and never played at the same level as he had in San Jose. Now, Nolan broke new ground in his contract negotiations, having put a clause in his contract that stated if the 2005 NHL season was cancelled, then he would gain a player option for an additional year in '06. However, with the NHL collective bargaining agreement in place, this option became a topic of debate. With the new NHL salary cap, the Maple Leafs deemed Nolan's salary too high and refused to recognize Nolan as under contract. Nolan argued that the option was valid and he would play and be paid for the Maple Leafs, and that he deserved to be paid during the 2005 NHL lockout due to injury. Now, the Maple Leafs, who deemed Nolan as healthy after the lockout, claimed that the injury was incurred off the ice and refused to pay Nolan's desired US $12 million, which is around close to 20 million Canadian. The case went to an arbitrator. It was settled in late 2006. However, the terms of the agreement by Leafs management and Nolan were not disclosed. In 2005-06, Nolan took time off for his injured knees to heal, training in San Jose. Before the push for the 2006 Stanley Cup playoffs, Nolan indicated that several teams, including San Jose, wanted to sign him, but he decided not to play because he wanted to be at 100%, both because he did not want to become re-injured and because he felt he owed his team that. So, a weird configuration. Now, the August 2006 free agency market was strong. Nolan contemplating joining many teams before signing a 1-year, $1 million contract with the Phoenix Coyotes. He scored 16 goals to go with 24 assists during his only year in Phoenix before becoming a free agent once again. On July 2nd, 2007, Nolan signed with the Calgary Flames. On October 22nd, Nolan played his 1000th NHL game. On the 30th of January 2008, Nolan had the 11th career hat trick and first hat trick since '99 in a 5-4 victory over his former team, the San Jose Sharks. He was honored as the game's first star, as his hat trick included a shorthanded goal and the game winner. And Nolan also had a decisive victory in the second period fight with Mike Greer. On the 13th of April, Nolan scored the game-winning goal in Game 3 of the first-round series of the 2008 Stanley Cup playoffs against his former team San Jose Sharks. It was his first playoff goal since 2002 when he was a member of the Sharks, and it was the 19th playoff goal of his 19-year career. Now, on July 6, 2008, Nolan signed a 2-year, $5.5 million contract with the Minnesota Wild. On March 10, 2009, he scored his 400th and 401st goal of his NHL career with the Wild against the San Jose Sharks. So Nolan was in high demand because, again, those power forward aspects were quite interesting. Now, the free agent prior to the 11 season, and with the intention of continuing his NHL career, Nolan was unable to secure an NHL contract. With the beginning of the season underway, in order to garner interest in keeping game condition, Nolan signed a 1-month contract with a Swiss team, ZSC Lions of the National League A, on October 21st, 2010. He signed the extension with the Lions until 23rd of January 2011. Now, on August 4, 2011, he signed a contract for a tryout with the Canucks, returning to the NHL after a year in Switzerland. He was then released by the Canucks on September 25th, 2011, admittedly due to issues with his family. Now, on 7th of February 2012, Nolan announced his retirement at a press conference in San Jose just 5 days before his 40th birthday. He was then chosen for a ceremonial puck drop in the game against the Calgary Flames on the 8th of February. He played in the NHL All-Star Game in 92, 96, 97, 2000, 2002. He was a runner-up to Mark Recchi for the All-Star Game MVP in 97, during which he performed a memorable called shot pointing to the top corner of the net on a breakaway and promptly scoring there against Dominik Hasek to complete a hat-trick. Now, Nolan is one of 6 players in NHL history to be on the island, born on the island of Ireland, including Sid Finney, Bobby Kirk, Jim McFadden, Sammy McManus, and Jack Riley as the others. He moved to, again, Thorold when he was 7 months old and grew up playing baseball and football, soccer. It was not until he was 9 that he began skating. He also attended Dennis Morris Catholic High School in St. Catharines. Now, Nolan is also a businessman. He's owned 2 restaurants called Britannia Arms in San Jose, California, and he and his beautiful wife have 2 children. Now, with Thorold, the big bantam season, 53 goals in 28 games. Cornwall, his second year, again, big year, 111 points in 58 games with 12 points in the playoffs. Only played 6 games in the AHL with Halifax Citadels with 4 goals and 4 assists. Now, what stood out for Nolan, his first season was kind of a bust. He only scored 3 goals, and next year he had 42, and that's where he became a fan favorite. Had a big 36 goals with Quebec in 93, injury-riddled season in 94, back to 30 goals in 95 in the strike-shortened season. Now, to me, his best year, in my personal opinion, was 2000, where he got 84 points in 78 games, including 8 goals in 10 playoff contests. So final NHL totals, 422, 463, 885. Not scared to take a penalty, 1793 penalty minutes, 39 playoff points, 21 goals, 65 games. Now, Canada, he had 4 big goals in the 97 world title run. Olympic Games, he played 6 games with 3 assists. Now, other awards and honors, Bay Area Sports Hall of Fame inductee, 2014. M's Family Award in 89. First All-Star team in 1990. Jim Mahone Memorial Trophy in 1990. All-Star Game 92, 96, 97, 2000, 2002. Now, not your typical power forward, only 6'1", but a big 214. And normally power forwards don't play on the right wing. So he kind of reestablished the strength of the right wing position. Because usually a right wing is a finesse position. You're looking back to Steve Shutt. But what stands out with Owen Nolan, this was a request, by the way, on the channel. He was always doing something that was unexpected. Some season you only expect him to score 25 goals. He scored 30 or 35. The only comparison A less productive Mark Messier, but a little bit more productive than kind of a Mike Gartner or Trevor Linden. But Nolan was a captain in Minnesota. Always gave 100%. And he was a fan favorite with Toronto fans. When he arrived in Toronto, we figured, hey, this could be the cup piece we needed. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. So that's the story of the great talent. And I would think a future Hall of Famer, Owen Nolan. Tell me what you think. If you like what we're doing here with our vintage podcast, let us know with a like, comment, subscribe, or share.